afternoon. This is the knitting news from Knit Happens Teesside for Thursday the 26th of September 2019. Well, we had a full table at Knit Happens, which was pretty groovy. Petrina was working on her blue and white blanket, and she had quite a nice little stack of crochet blocks next to her, so she's steaming ahead with that. Fee was knitting something brown, and I'm not sure if it was a Stephen West project or not, but she did a little stitch count and there was a mini celebration because she had exactly the right amount of stitches, which is always satisfying, isn't it? Vanilla rooibos tea. Athene had her crochet with her, but I didn't really see much of it because I don't think she was really working on it. She'd cast on something knitting instead with grey yarn, so I'm not quite sure what that is. Sarah had next year's crochet project with her, and this year's obviously, and I think she had another one that she couldn't find for a while, and then she found out that she was sat on it. So I'm not quite sure the order of why can't. Well, I think she has to crochet it next year, maybe. I'm not quite sure about that one. Andy was working on her gloves, which are beautiful, but not quite finished yet. Or, well, they might be now as I speak. Andrea. Now, she's making the Novelli Tea by Caitlin Hunter. And it's her first attempt at colour work, and it's absolutely beautiful. You would not think she hadn't done it before. But she was having a bit of a drama about a little line, just a visible line for no particular reason along her knitting. And the general consensus was it will come out when it's blocked. So hopefully it does. Maggie was telling Andrea not to unravel her knitting while she was unravelling her knitting. She's making something in grey and yellow from last year's Shetland knitting book. A beautiful sweater. So I think she'd just slightly gone off and the pattern wasn't going to work, so she spent some time unravelling it and Andrea helped her ravel the balls up. And talking about blocking, I blocked this. I finished this on Thursday, which is Gathering Raindrops by Belinda Harris Reid, and it's very appropriately named because it's done nothing but rain this weekend. And I found this in a local shop, which is very handy. Oh! For blocking your knitwear on. So I gave that a whirl, and it's very difficult to put away. Right, well, the big thing was, apart from our lovely knitting night on a Thursday, it was Yarndale this weekend. And actually, I would have done the knitting news yesterday, but I just completely forgot because I was just busy thinking and fiddling with my yarn, my stash acquisitions. So, I didn't actually buy that much, so I can show you it all. Pardon me. Right, I had this already. I've got shed loads of this. So, I thought, get something like this and make another Zweig, which is Flea Bubs by Lala. So I looked around a few stalls and this is one that I came up with. But then when I got home, I found that this other one by the same lady sort of goes also. And so does this one. This one's by Cuxton Crafts, and it's just the colour of a sunset. Or even a sunrise in the winter. So they're all lovely, but I'm still plotting. This is rather gorgeous mohair with a little bit of a slub. from Wolfview Yarn. I've got 10 balls of this, which is unlabelled 4-ply. Smells of the sheep. And maybe, well, it could end up being YSL by, which is little yellow sensor? LYSL? No idea. Anyway, Andrea Mowry's done a really lovely yellow cardigan and mine would be this colour instead. And the last thing I bought was some Laland, which is 100% Scottish lamb's wool from Gilpin, who is a very lovely lady, and we stopped and had a chat to her. And I'm going to make the Argyle cowl because I pinched it off the dummy on the stall and tried it on, and it was lovely and quite thick and absolutely ideal for my beach walks. So Maggie was there as well, and Andrea was there as well, and they bought quite a few nice things as well. I stopped and had a cup of coffee, and I talked to a lady from Pontefract. We did, and her daughter and her daughter's friend, and Andy went, and that was it from our group. But it was a very long, a very tiring day. But I must say the thing that I like most about it is it's just a festival of colour, squish, softness and inspiration. More news, maybe, next week.